All right, we are here with Zeke Jones, USA Wrestling head freestyle coach. You're in town for a training camp for a couple of days, hosted by the Cliff King Wrestling Club in Ann Arbor. What are some of the things that you wanted to accomplish with this training camp?
Well, it's, one is evaluate the team, see where they're at. We're planning on World and Olympic team wrestlers coming out of here, so it's one to evaluate where they're at in their process. Two, it's getting a visual of our regional training centers around the country, and the Cliff King Wrestling Club is an excellent one who is definitely making an impact on our national team. So mostly evaluation and support and assist.
All right, and you're a big advocate of this regional training center method and system. What are some of the biggest advantages you think of this system?
Well, America's talent is spread around the nation, and we have almost 2 million wrestlers in the United States, and you can't corral them into one location. So what you do is you try to make pockets or find where the pockets are. And here at the University of Michigan and the Cliff King Regional Training Center, is you have a pocket of some of the very best wrestlers in America, in the world, here training. So we support that, and it's a crucial piece of our Olympic movement.
And how do you keep them all somewhat intertwined? And what's your role, kind of overseeing the bigger picture?
Well, it's simple. It's America. It's the American Wrestling Program. And the good thing is our programs all understand and realize that we want to win regionally, and sure, that's one of the goals. Most importantly is we want America to win. We want America to win gold medals. We want to beat the Russian wrestling machine. And to do that, we got to work together. If we work separately, we never will. Working together, and the good thing is our coaches and our wrestlers do. They recognize that they compete against each other, but once the team is formed, we get behind that world team, we get behind that Olympic team, and we help the team be the best in the world, or best they can be.
And there's been this resurgence in freestyle over the last couple of years with popularity, with participation, with results. And do you think some of that is due to this regional training center?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
There's no question that the resurgence of our regional training centers has built America's program back to that place where we can be consistent contenders for the World and Olympic team title. We have to have them.
And what are some of the things that you want to do to maybe encourage greater participation among current college athletes in freestyle?
Yeah, well, it's what I've found is when you talk about the very best wrestlers in our country when they're little, they watch the Olympics on TV, and the Olympics are in London in August, and when kids get hooked on a dream, it's exciting to watch. And when that dream is fostered and cultivated, encouraged, and nurtured, then you see that child become a young man, through high school becomes a state champion, and then when they end up at a place like the University of Michigan, they end up at the Cliff King Wrestling Club, then they start to say, you know what, I want to be a national champ, but I want to be a world and Olympic champ. I want to be the best man that walks on this planet. And we encourage that, and we foster that dream. So it's really just encouraging the dream and making sure that kids know, and for me to come here to let these guys know that they can be the best in the world.
Mm-hmm. And how do you kind of explain to them the benefit of freestyle in their folk style career too?
Sure, they're interconnected. One is wrestling, folk style or freestyle, doesn't matter. Single leg is a single leg, a double leg is a double leg, and what they do is they complement each other. The skills can be transferable. I can learn a double leg that works in freestyle and folk style, so they're not very different. I think sometimes we think about, boy, this is really pretty different. No, it's really not. It's 80% the same. The 20% is, a little bit different type of rules set, or that FILA has versus the NCAA, but they're not far apart.
And talk about the fundraising. A lot of people probably don't understand, what funds both the regional training centers from the governing body standpoint, but you really need to hit the pavement and get people donating and contributing, and that's important.
Well, I can tell you this: the world is more competitive than ever, and they have more resources than they ever had. The new Russian 4-year plan, it's called Fight and Win with Putin. What that's telling you is the president of the Russian the country of Russia is funding the wrestling program there.
Yeah.
So what we're saying is, can we compete with that, and how do we compete with that? And the answer is yes, you can compete, and how we do it is America rallies together. If we rally our American wrestling public together, we can do it. But as we know, it takes resources. It takes coaching, athletes, and money. And we need that support, those financial resources to beat the Russians.
And what has impressed you so far about the Cliff King Wrestling Club? We're still kind of in the new club on the block a little bit, but we're growing and developing. From what you've seen so far, what has impressed you?
Well, you've got a world-class coaching staff, you've got world-class wrestlers, you have a supportive university, you've got a supportive town, you've got a supportive state who understands excellence. And when you have that, that's dangerous when you want to win championships. And I think all the other regional training centers are saying, wow, Cliff King Wrestling Club's doing something pretty special.
Yeah, and you're from Ann Arbor originally, and I know Joe's told stories about you and your brother coming in the old practice room. Sure. What are some of your memories of that?
Oh, I've always, I've always bled blue and gold. I mean, it's, the maize and blue is something that, little kid, I always wanted to be a Wolverine. I always was a Wolverine and am a Wolverine. I love being a part of this program and love watching it grow up. Michigan football, Michigan basketball, Michigan wrestling, and all their sports. It was fun to grow up. This is a great community, a great town. This is a place that you want to raise your family. It's a place where you want to see them succeed and be successful in sports. And I just love this place.
All right. Thanks, Zeke.
Yeah, thank you.